back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ayona for you guys who are new here. And if you're returning subscribers, what's up, besties? So I run a candle business by the name of Xoxo. I started this YouTube channel so that I can have a safe place for people to come congregate and we can all learn about starting and making of our candle business. So today's video is going to be quick, short, to the point. It's going to be a part 2 actually to the candle formula video. I went back and watched that video and I realized that one, I made a mistake. Only one person caught it or one person said something, so my bad. I did go ahead and edit it out so you won't be able to see those mistakes, but I did have a couple different little discrepancies in there that I did want to go ahead and fix up for you guys and also close the gap on some of the things that you guys were suggesting that I may say in my next video. So that's what this video is going to be about today. I do have 2 more formulas for you guys for us to practice with, and then I also wanted to show you how you can multiply just having that one candle formula, how you can multiply it by however many candles that you want to make. So I know it doesn't really make sense now, so let's just get into the video. All right, guys, so if you didn't watch my last video, definitely go ahead and watch that because I give you guys the formula. I'm not going to really write it on here because our board, you see, it's kind of a little small what we're working with here. So I am going to still put the formula here on the screen. I'm just not gonna write it here, which can kind of get a little bit confusing if you don't see the formula, but I'm gonna try to write it and fill in those spaces as if the formula is still there, so it makes a little bit more sense for you guys. Okay guys, so we're gonna start off with a 9.5 ounce candle, a 10% fragrance oil load. So all I'm gonna do here is, as I told you guys before, I like to convert everything over to grams just so that I can have whole numbers. So I look in Google, find out what 9.5 ounces converted over to grams is, and that gives me 270 grams. So all I'm gonna do is write the problem just like how I would do before. So you got 270 grams, that's your net weight, and I'm going to divide that by 100% plus my 10% of fragrance oil, and just write the problem down as I've done before. So 270 grams divided by, and I'm just gonna add it together. You can skip this step, but I like to just make sure I write everything down so it just makes more sense to me. So you got 110%. All right, so you need to do 270 grams divided by 110% in your calculator. All right. All right, so 270 grams divided by 110%, that's gonna give us 245 grams, and that is how much wax is needed. So we still need to figure out how much fragrance oil is needed. So all you're gonna do is take your net weight minus your fill weight, which is 270 grams minus 245 grams. And that's gonna give us how much fragrance oil is needed. I believe that's 25, but I like to just make sure. All right, and that's gonna be 25 grams of fragrance oil. And that is literally it. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, once you figure out the formula, you're able to just plug those numbers in. It all just makes more sense that way. So I did want to show you guys how you can take your numbers here and multiply that by however many candles you're making that day. So let's just say you're making 8 candles. So what you will do is, so let me erase this so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. All right, so you're wanting to make 8 candles. But for 1 candle, we know it's gonna take 245 grams of wax. And for 1 candle, it's gonna take 25 grams of fragrance oil. So all you're gonna do is, I promise you guys, it's super, super simple. What you're gonna do is take each number and multiply it by 8. So you have 245 times 8, and that's gonna give you 1,960 grams of wax. And then for the fragrance oil, you do the exact same thing. You're gonna take 25 grams and multiply that by 8, and that's gonna give you 200 even. This is literally how you would do that problem. So when you're making your candles, for each, however you wanna, I don't know, maybe you pour 2 at a time, 3 at a time, 4 at a time, so you can kind of divide it up in your head that way. But to make 8 candles, you're gonna need this amount of wax, and to make this 8 candles, you're gonna need this amount of fragrance oil. I hope that makes a little bit more sense for you guys. Like I told you, once you have the formula, it all just flows, and so that is how I do it. So I do have another problem for you guys. I'm gonna do the 8-ounce candle again because I messed up on that formula last time, but no one said anything. One person said something, and I was like, oh my God, I did. So I'm here to redeem myself. So here we go. All right, so our example 2, we have an 8-ounce candle. You go into Google, you figure out what the conversion is to grams, if that's the way that you want to do it. If not, refer back to the last video so that you can use that formula to do the ounces, okay? So 8 ounces is gonna give us 226 grams. So here we go. So you're gonna take 226 grams because that is our net weight, and then we're gonna divide it. And then, I'm sorry, y'all, we're gonna use a 9% load of fragrance oil. So 226 grams divided by the 100% plus our 9% of fragrance oil. And then just bring it on down. All right, so let's see. All right. 207. Okay, so let me go ahead and write it. All right, so that gives us 207 grams of wax. So we still need to figure out how much fragrance oil is needed. So all you're gonna do is your net weight and minus your fill weight. And I know some of y'all just did that in your head, and you know what? You go. But I like to recheck myself, okay? Because, woo. Okay, so that's gonna give us 19 grams of fragrance oil. And that is literally our problem, guys. So for an 8-ounce candle where we're using 9% of the fragrance oil, we're gonna need 207 grams of wax, 19 grams of fragrance oil. So I told you guys this video wouldn't be that long. I just wanted to come back and give you a couple different problems so that you guys can understand it. I don't even know if you guys can see that, but here you go. I know the lighting is not that great, but this is it, guys. This is the formula that I use, and I hope that this video kind of cleared up some of those gaps that were left in the first video. And as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the next video. Bye, besties.